Morning all. Well, had this situation before, not for the first time. Got a mic on, look. Windy. So, my 5 couriers again, isn't it? So, I booked the job yesterday. I had a tough day yesterday, but that's neither here nor there. And it's coming at 6 o'clock in the morning, starting Milton Keynes. Lovely, get a jump on the day. Milton Keynes ain't too scary for me. It's what, half hour up the road? And the job pings through. MK17. You're like, oh no. It's Lewis, isn't it? No, it's worse than Lewis's. It's Waitrose. Right, okay. I looked at the job a bit later on. I went, I ain't got no reference number on this job. I have got absolutely no chance. So I rang the geezer, and of course, it went through to the universal answer phone. I said, mate, just so you don't want to, I'm sure you don't want to call at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can get me a reference number or a booking reference, or even, all I had was Waitrose, GXO, MK17, going to Saffron Walden. Well, that's handy, isn't it? Saffron Walden's a big place, or big-ish. So I got to the gate, of course, at 6 o'clock in the morning, called in, he said, it's like, you know, what are you delivering, mate? No, it's collections. It's Waitrose, everything gets delivered. No, I've got collection. Collection? Yeah, that normally comes out of Lewis's. No, it definitely says Waitrose. There you go, Waitrose, lovely. So then he's on the phone. Yeah, he's going to this guy out there, he's got a collection, going to South Walden, Saffron Walden. Yeah, he's going to South Walden. No, Saffron Walden. I've got a load ID. The load ID is a CX load ID. That's about as much use as a concrete football. So, can you go away and ring the firm? Yep, so then in the gate round, ring the firm. Fair enough, the guy did pick up. First of all, it didn't. It went to universal answer phone again. Then the guy picks up. He goes, right, yeah, hang on. I'll get you. I'll email. I'll get you back. I thought, okay, here we go. 5 minutes, not bad. Came back. He says, you don't need an email. Jill is going to ring the gate, and she'll tell you you're coming. So anyway, I've come in. Yeah, right. It's the Lewis's side. There is no Lewis's side, it's all Waitrose. Lewis's have got 3 enormous buildings, they're all across the road, they're not on this site. Go right the way around the site. So I've gone all the way around the site, gone to the booking office all the way around the site, I've gone in. Oh, that was it, I rang the guy. When I rang up, I said, do you know where I'm going to? Anything help me? City Plumbing. Right, now if I hadn't asked that, I'd probably still be driving around in circles. So I've gone round the corner, gone at the goods in office. Yeah, can you help me? They've let me through. Jill, City Plumbing. Oh, you're the guy. Yeah, lovely. It wasn't right the way around the building. It was just round the back of the building. What you need to do, you need to go parallel with the office. And I've gone, right, I'm stopping there. When this place is rather large. Is there any landmarks? You know, like a skip or a load of pallets or something like that? Your man's coming back. Hang on a second. Yeah, sorry about that. The fork truck driver came back, and then I had to get the paperwork and that at each site. So, and yeah, so the story so far. And then the lady turns around and says, right, he said, oh, you the guy who did the load ID number? Yeah, right, what you need to do, you need to go parallel to this building. Now, this building's huge. And I went, look, in the nicest possible way, parallel doesn't really help. I said, it's really easy to drive past things. Is there some kind of landmark? Is it near a skip? Is it near a pile of blue pallets? Is it near some IBCs or something like that? The woman said, gate 122. I went, there you go. There's the information I was looking for, gate 122. So I've driven round, I've got the gate 122. There's right next to 122, there's a little set of steps up to like the kind of goods in place. Went up the goods in, said to the guy, right, I'm collecting City Plumbing for, he said, yeah, you need the yard hand. Right, okay, fine. So I've walked out, the yard is empty and it's big. You know, you can land half a dozen aeroplanes in this place, you know. So I've gone out to the yard, and then this guy comes trundling on in a fork truck. I went, right, you're yard end. Yes, brilliant. I'm collecting City Plumbing, Saffron Walden. Yeah, this me you need, brilliant. Who says you need to park up next to that trailer over there. So I parked up next to the trailer, I opened up both curtains, it turned out to be 2 pallets in a box, which is nice, it's not too heavy, like, you know. So yeah, this has now taken me 3/4 of an hour to basically drive round the corner and put on 2 pallets in a box. But that, for be honest with you, for Waitrose, that's exceptionally fast. So I've got me 2 pallets in a box, and then there was another goods in, which was the other side of gate 122, and I went, and what it turned out is it's GXO. So GXO is operating out of Waitrose kind of parking area. Presumably they're subbing out a little bit or something like that. If someone had told me that to begin with, go to Waitrose. It did say GXO, but no one ever flagged up, oh, you're GXO, mate. You need to go to this goods in office round the corner. It's like, I've said this before, you don't need a lorry driver on this job. You want Miss Marple. Because they just take it as read that you're automatically going to somewhere. I mean, these warehouses are huge, that you've never been before, and you're just going to know that what you need to do is ask the full key, because that stands to perfect reason. Don't go to any of the bays, don't go to the goods in office, pop along and see the full key and turn around and go, what am I collecting, mate? He'll go, I know exactly what you're collecting. With the power of my mind, I know it's 2 pallets and a box going to City Plumbing in Saffron Walden. Anyway, I got the goods in, and she went, right. She said, there you go, there's a form, there's your address, and this is what they have to fill in if they're going to like send you back with some empty pallets. And I went, yeah, I don't think I'm coming back. Take away a return job. And she went, oh no, normally, whether it's sort of like one of our drivers or subcontractors, they send them back with pallets. So this might turn into a wait and return. That remains to be seen. In the meantime, me dear stalker, Sherlock Holmes skills, an hour to get our Waitrose. Honestly, I defy the great detectives to do it any quicker. Right, I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I'm thinking, don't be silly, Peter, because I'm now going to myself, I can't book a return out of Saffron Walden, because now I'd be thinking, well, it's time to look for another job out of sort of like Cambridge way, see if I can get something coming back, going somewhere, all that kind of stuff. So that I eliminate my waiting time on dead miles. Don't wait until you tip and then go and get your next job. Ring them up. There's a job coming out. I can get there in time. I'm due to be tipped at this time. If anything goes wrong, I'll call you. But that is going to be moving somewhere else. And this one could potentially be a wait and return back to Milton Keynes, which would be lovely. And I'm on site ready to pick it up. Drop it off, pick it up, come back. Be back about lunchtime. Maybe grab something else. Short job, something for the morning. But obviously I can't book the second job, but what if I get there and the guy turns around and I ring the ship when he went, no, we can't take anything back. Then I've shot myself in the foot. So I've just rung the guy and I said, this could potentially be a wait and return job. And he went, well, are you all right to bring something back if there is something to bring back? And I said, yes I am. Yes, absolutely. I said, we'll renegotiate the price later. I won't even charge him full money on it because, you know, it's easy for me. If it's got to be empty pallets going back to Milton Keynes, I'll be fair. Always fair in this situation. So we're going to have to wait and see now. All part of the mystery. Will it, won't it be? It's kind of crazy, this job. You kind of think that people... I think part of the problem is when you do a journey all the time, you just do it, so you assume that everybody else will be able to do it, and you forget that the first 2 or 3 times you did it, it was virtually impossible to find. So signposts, really handy things, you know. Photos on Google, really handy things. Did they ever happen? No, they don't. So anyway, we're off on our way to Cambridge now. We'll be in Cambridge in, I feel like, you know, this is your captain speaking. We'll be driving at an altitude of 0 feet. Our flight time is currently 1 hour and 11 minutes with a prevailing headwind, and soon we'll be opening the windows to get a bit more in the cabin. See you soon. And there's the advantages of using both Waze and Google at the same time. So I've got them both going on at the moment now. Hang on, I'll show you this. There we go. Right, now, I did have them when I started because I hadn't bothered programming it in. I was just en route, I thought I'd just ping the postcode in. And so, as you see by that sign back there, it says, Waze is going straight on, no problem. And the sign says, there's a 7.5 ton weight limit 3 miles up ahead. Roadworks is going, no, go right around that. They have little competitions, 2 of them. Sometimes Waze wins, sometimes Google wins. You have to read between the lines by looking down, going, oh, that looks a little bit sort of, that looks a bit fiddly down there, or it's a half a mile away. There might be a 7.5 ton weight restriction, but I'm allowed through it as long as I'm collecting or delivering. So we're going the road lord's route at the moment. Oh, this is a bit tight. That's fine, as long as it stays on the right side of the road. Yeah, so we're going to go down there. We're about 13 minutes away. Still waiting and wondering whether there's going to be a return. I booked nothing as a result. Will it backfire on me? Find out. Whatever way, I'm going to be on site at 8:45. Hopefully I could be tipped by about 9:30, something like that. In which case, still nice and early to go and grab another job. Always wanted one of those. Teleactors. If I ever win the lottery, I'm just going to buy a big house with loads of land and one of them. About £250,000, they ain't cheap. And I'm just going to play with it, just going to drive it around all day shouting "Digger!" from time to time. It's just a big clunker to win it, really. Right, nearly there now. Sat-nav's having a fight again. One of them, he's doing the sort of the taxi route, trying to cut through. I don't know where I am. Trying to cut through all the little, the house and estates. Road lords in this case being the winner. Nope. Go straight onto the roundabout. We'll do the easy drive option. Go straight down to the roundabout, and yeah, you'll be there. I remember because it's all kind of housey and pretty, and then we get out here and I think it's sort of, yeah, there's a big an industrial estate over here. I've done it before. I've done it with cables, and I've done it with motor parts. So right, I know where I am now. Whether I'm going back or not still remains to be seen. Right, it's time to do the Sherlock Holmes detective thing again. One of them says I've reached my destination, one of them says I haven't reached my destination. Am I looking for GXO? Am I looking for what's it called? Plumbing place? Oh, this is what always happens. You get the end, you think you're there, and you're just not there. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to have a little drive around. That's where I've delivered before. There's a cable place down there, and see if anything springs up as obvious, which it's not. And then it's all. Let's go and see what this sign says here, shall we? Business Technology Centre, no. Queen's Publications, no. I've actually got a photo here, which makes life a lot easier. I mean, they've given me all the information I should have. Right, we have a picture of the place, and it says on the front of it, City Plumbing. Right, so now what we're going to do, we go with Waze. City Plumbing. 0.1 mile away. Fantastico. Right, spins round in here. I probably could have figured that one out a bit. So I mean, that's I mean, don't get me wrong. We've gone from Sherlock Holmes courier driving to, my God, Janet and John courier driving. They actually gave me a sheet with a photo of where I'm going on. That never happens. Normally I go into places like this morning and they go, "Have you got a reference number?" I go, "Mate, I'm lucky if I've got as much as a postcode." I've had that before. Can you deliver to? It was like deliver to Reading. I think I've got a postcode, and I went, I might need a little bit more than Reading. It's a big place. And the bloke went, it's near the church. I went, there's more than one church in Reading, honestly. They had to talk me in the end. It was ridiculous, but these things happen. Right, let's just get away with cars. Okay, thank you very much. Let me go, cars. And then City Plumbing, according to Waze, is just round there. There's a lot of trucks around here as well. You've got to be careful. I say be careful, just be considerate. Station, yeah, that's it. Everyone told me to go left when I should have gone right. But again, you know, I'm not far off, was I? Yeah, I come up this road here on the. I came in on that road there on the right, and it sent me right. But apparently, it's just up here on the left. It should look like the photo. It looks. They look like nightly candidates. City plumbing. Here we are. Right. Let's see if we got return load. Hello, sir. How you doing? Yes, I was right. I left you a message. There is a return. There's about 3 or 4 pallets have got to come back, and maybe one of the ones that we've got on board, and I'll unpack and send back with me. Like I said, I'm just thinking. Go on. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, the guys rung me. I got there. He said there is a return. There's 3 pallets to come back, and I went. This is lovely because they're empty pallets, so this is a dream, really. He says go left, not right. Okay, left it is. Yeah. So he says I rung the firm. He said, well, I've got a deal for you. He said, rather than doing the return today, how about I give you exactly the same job tomorrow morning, because there's a load going out tomorrow morning, same time, so 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm fine with that. And return it all tomorrow. I went, yeah, no worries. And I said to him, I said, I won't charge you real money on the return, I'll charge you a little bit less. And he went, lovely, thanks very much, should be fine. He's going to get back to me. It hasn't been confirmed. And then, so now by rights, are you sure going left is the right idea, mate? Yeah, the guy in the warehouse said go left. Alright. Okay, I'll just go left into this dead end of the pond. I'll just turn into the nursery school then, shall I? Right, well, I'll bear that in mind for tomorrow morning. I'll have to tell you about it, it's fine. Yeah, so there was one job when I was kind of coming down to this one, because there's a job coming out of MK at like 11 o'clock that had to go to Hatfield, 10 pallets. And I thought, I'm going to quote on that anyway, because why did that guy tell me to go left, not right? And now I'm stuck in a dead end with some geezer parked on the corner who's in a car, who can see what I'm trying to do, but he's still just sitting there. An alternative is you might want to move that car a little bit forward, mate, please. But I always have to sit and look at him. Wait, where you're parked? I can't. I might have to ask him. Do you think there's any chance you can move forward a bit, please? So the guy at City Plumbing said go left, not right, down to a dead end near a nursery school. I presume you meant bare left as you go out the gate before you turn right. Well, I know how to do that anyway. I'm a lorry driver. That's what we do. Where's that road driver going? Thank you. Yeah. So, as I was saying, there was a job coming up, and it was going from Milton Keynes at 11 o'clock, and it was going to Hatfield. And I kind of thought, well, look, Milton Keynes, if I get a return load, brilliant. I'm in Milton Keynes anyway. If I don't get a return load, Saffron Walden is not the easiest to get out of anyway. And let's see where we go. All things you're supposed to do before you start driving. Ever so sorry, people at the ministry. I blame the man in the red car trying to turn it around. Yeah, so yeah, I think I can either tip in Milton Keynes. I'd probably get done by about done and reloaded by 9:30. Back to MK by about 10:30. 11ish, get tipped by about 11ish, so I know where I'm going now, shouldn't take too long to get it off, and then I'm in K, so I'm alright, big 11 up. As it is, I haven't got a return, but Milton Keynes to Hatfield, which is where we're going now, and that's more like 2 jobs a knock. And the advantage of Milton Keynes is you get them jobs that are kind of starting slightly north of your house and then finishing slightly south of your house, so when you pick it up you're not far away from home, and when you drop it off you're not far away from home. So that might be it. And also normally what I would do, of course, is I'd drop Hatfield. That's nice, look at that, one day. I'll drop Hatfield and then I'll start looking for either a 3rd job, a really short job, although chances are by that time I'm kind of done, or one to drop off in the morning. But I've got tomorrow morning's job booked, so it looks like it's Milton Keynes to Hatfield and then done. I'll find out what Milton Keynes to Hatfield is. It's often Mercedes, but it's 10 pallets, and Mercedes doesn't tend to be 10 pallets. Mercedes tends to be cages and extra long bits and pieces, so it might not be Mercedes, it might be there's some kind of distribution centre over there like Sainsbury's. That's a bit of a pig, but hey, it's like 9:15, I've got the rest of the day to do it. Let's have a look, let's see what happens, shall we? Sounds like a plan. Right, got the booking through. It's Seiko. I've been to Seiko before. They're nice. They're nice. No, I like the kind of guy. He's a lovely fella. And it's going to. Oh no, this one. This is the one I came in. Very nice. Let's do that. Yeah, it's not really the way. Right, we're going to Seiko, and then it's going to M&S. I've done M&S before. It's one of those distribution centres, a little bit like Waitrose, where you might be there for a little while and you might be waiting, then waiting to put on a pay, then waiting to get tipped, then waiting to get counted. But bearing in mind, I'm fetching this at what, 11, over to Hatfield by 11:15 I'm fetching. 12:30ish, should be out of Hatfield, 1:30, you know. Only time to make the video. There we go. Right, so Seiko Logistics, job 2. Big long. Just over an hour away now. I wouldn't normally go, we've still got 36 miles up. It's probably about an hour and a quarter, hour and a half to go back to MK. I wouldn't normally travel that kind of distance to pick up, unless if I could avoid it. You know, Saffron Walden, I picked up 4 out of places over that way. Yeah, Cambridge, Newmarket, not so much Newmarket, but I've done. I've dropped down towards Colchester way with stuff coming back, that kind of thing, you know. But it's 2 things about this job. Firstly, it's the fact that it starts, as I say, north of my home and goes south of my home. So when I finish, it makes no difference whether I pick a job that goes out of Saffron Walden, you know, from the same industrial estate, and then I've got to drive to, say, Wolverhampton and then drive 2 hours home, as it is to drive for like an hour and a quarter, an hour and a half to pick a job up, drive it to Hatfield, and then drive half an hour home. It's got the same amount of dead miles on it in time, and also it's quite nice, it's when you finish near your house, you're near your house. You haven't got, oh, I've got a 2 hour slap home now. Not that that's always a pain. Stick on the audio book. I'm doing Graham Greene at the moment. Ministry of Fear. It's alright. I'm also working my way back from the Hitchhiker as a radio coach, quite good. Or you put your music on, it's all fine. The other advantage with this job is when it pinged up, particularly when the lady rang me, so I know the lady, she knows. I thought, I've done that one before. So we're not in the realms of Sherlock Holmes Couriers. Because, like I said with the first one, Sherlock Holmes Couriers, where is it? I've got no booking number, it's not even part of Waitrose, despite the fact it's part of Waitrose, and you finally follow the clues. Get the deer stalker on, get out the magnifying glass, follow the clues all the way along. That's the 2 pallets I need in this curtain-sided trailer over here, Watson. Watson? Why, Holmes, why are you painting that door yellow? Lemon entry, my dear Watson. So let's go for the chat. Yeah, so this is not going to be tricky because I know where I'm going. I know they load me relatively quickly, which is nice. I know the guy at the gate, he's a nice geezer. I know when I get to M&S. I don't know if I thought it was the Sainsbury's, it's M&S. I know when I get to Sainsbury's, it's going to be a little while to get in and get tipped, but that's fine because I'm prepared, I'm ready. And also, when I done it last time, the roundabout, the sat nav took me to this gate, and then you pull up in front of the gate and it says emergency exit only. I'm like, brilliant. But I can see it. I can see the big building in front of me. I'm thinking, oh, so I go, mate, wait till the fork truck comes trundling along again. Mate, how do I get in here? He goes, right, out there to the thing, take a left, to the roundabout, take another left, get on a dual carriageway, go along to the roundabout. And I was going along and I could see it disappearing behind me, and I'm thinking, this can't be right. I'll do this little turn off here. No, that little turn off took me off, went all the way around. I had to go back again to the roundabout, then back to the roundabout, then I found it. So I'd probably say I'd done 15, 20 minutes just getting to the place. And I don't click on site until I'm properly on site. Because it's not fair on the shipper because I can't find it, like, you know. So, although these places where, you know, I say the signs would be handy. Also, if it's going to be a pain, you know, deliveries this way. But I'm hoping that this time I'm going to click get a roundabout that I recognise and go, ah, yeah, it's up that slip road up there, isn't it? We'll see.